Hi, I'm Virginia from Right Clinic, and today we have a special episode with Saili, who is situated near Mumbai in India. So, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Virginia.
It's lovely to have you here. Do you want to give a short introduction of who you are and how did you get into medical writing?
Yeah. So, hello, everybody. My name is Saili Gadkari, and I'm a seasoned microbiologist turned science content writer. And for the past 4 years, I've been working as a science content writer and freelancer. My journey is all about bridging the gap between complex scientific concepts and creating engaging and accessible health content. And I'm pretty excited today to share my journey and insights with Virginia.
Perfect. Thank you so much. So, how did you get into medical writing? You've been doing it for, well, you saying that you're, as a science writer, same thing. If you're writing about health topics, so how did you get into it?
Well, like most medical writers end up in medical writing, I too ended up in this field accidentally. So, to start with my journey, I was working as a microbiologist with Colgate Palmolive in Mumbai, India. And during that time, I was also pregnant. And by the time I got into my eighth month of pregnancy, COVID 19 hit us hard. So I had to let go of my job because at that time, there were no crutches for babies, or there were no maids, there was no support as such. And it was just me and my mom to take care of my 6 month old daughter. So I was really not in a position, to go back to a traditional laboratory role. So I quit my job, but I never really wanted to stop working. And as they say, with some fire in my belly, I kept researching, is there any possible work option for me? Can I work from home alongside my baby? So during this time, I got a digital marketing internship at a cosmetics formulation development company. And thanks to my sister, because she pushed me to take this up as I was looking for a remote role, and they wanted somebody, to write blogs and website content. And when I interviewed, they came to know that I'm a microbiologist, so they were really happy because they said that you can explain better about our products since you're from the science. So that's how I took up that role. And later on, I kept researching because I feel I write well. I'm not pretty bad at it or really good at it, but I feel I write well. So I wanted to polish my content writing skills. And that's how I kept researching on YouTube and on LinkedIn. And I came across some videos which spoke about medical writing as a career. And even on LinkedIn, there have been creators who are medical writers. So that's how I came to know about this career. And also, in the meantime, I switched my role, and I took up a role of a medical writer at a medical advertising agency. And there I got to know, a lot more about medical communications. And I used to write blogs, social media content, leave behind leaflets, etc. And I also took up some freelance projects in between. So that's how I came into medical writing.
Brilliant, amazing. So, what type of medical writing interests you the most? So, you talk about kind of medical communications and advertising and writing blogs. So, what are you doing now? What's your day to day like? What kind
So
of things do you write?
I personally love writing long form health content like a consumer health blog. I also enjoy writing website content like landing pages, short form content like social media posts, and especially on LinkedIn, newsletters, and maybe some educational materials for healthcare professionals or for students.
Brilliant. Thank you so much. And also, thank you so much for supporting me on LinkedIn all these years. I just wanted the audience to know that Saili has been very consistently interacting with posts and comments and being part of the community, which has just been so supportive and amazing. And thank you so much. So I think, you know, if you were going to do this all again, what would be your advice for someone who wants to get remote work with a science background?
Right. So, thank you for asking this, Virginia, because, for the past few months, I've been getting a lot of DMs on LinkedIn that, okay, how did you end up doing this? And we would also like to work remotely. So, could you help us? And of course, I feel people like me and Virginia are always there to help you and guide you. But I feel you should start from a point of awareness. Simply because, to get remote work with your science background, you should first know what type of remote work is available for scientists, right? Or for somebody from science. Examples are science content writing, medical writing, healthcare marketing, science communication. So I feel if I had to start all over, I would first do my own research. I would do my groundwork as to, is there a remote work available for me using my science background? Then the typical steps would involve, first step would be skill identification and development. So you can identify your strengths and your skills. Can you write well? Can you speak well? Are you good in front of the camera like Virginia? Do you like to do some design online? Or are you good at talking with people, interviewing them, something like that? So I feel you need to identify your skills and add new skills basis on what you want to do. Next step would be building a portfolio. Most of the writing or designing jobs need you to have a portfolio of your work samples. So maybe as a writer, you could start your own blog on a platform like Medium or Google's Blogger. And you could just start by sharing your journey, like what is your qualification, what are you doing these days, anything like that. Next would be personal branding. So LinkedIn and Twitter are great social media platforms where you can really connect with like-minded professionals, share your journey, share your thoughts, and that is going to help you build your personal brand. Because when you build your personal brand, people are going to discover you and maybe they will be in a better position to hire you. Next could be networking. So again, connecting with professionals from your industry, maybe using platforms like LinkedIn, Twitter, or some online forums. You can network with industry professionals and share about your services. Next could be job search platforms, because when you're looking for remote work, you need a platform which actually posts about remote work. So apart from LinkedIn, there are certain remote job platforms like Flex Jobs and We Work Remotely, which you can search to find the relevant remote science jobs. And lastly, could be freelance platforms. Now, most freelancers work remotely. So that is why you can explore freelance platforms like Upwork, Freelancer, and Fiverr. I personally do not recommend these platforms because, you'll be competing with every other freelancer on planet Earth and the budget is pretty low. So I would personally not recommend these platforms. But yes, if you are a bit desperate to start some kind of a remote work, you can give it a shot.
Yeah, I think if you're starting out, then it's okay to sign up to Upwork and all the other places that you've recommended, because you don't know where you're going to actually get someone come to you and say, yeah, actually, here's a job for you. Can you do it for me? And you only need like one job. And then if you do it well, you'll get a testimonial, put in your portfolio and carry on. So that was a really comprehensive overview. Thank you so much. I was getting lost in your kind of cadence of talking. I was like, wow, this is great. This is exactly what people want to know. So I hope if you're watching or listening, you found all of that really valuable. And so when it comes to freelancing, you mentioned Upwork, and I suppose we kind of and other platforms. And I suppose we kind of answered that question. So when you're freelancing, you're kind of waiting for work to come in, and it might be just, a project that you work on. Maybe it's one blog, or maybe it's 10 blogs. So what would be your kind of top tips for people who are just getting into freelancing? And is that something that you did to help you get started?
Yeah, so I feel again freelancing in itself is a huge topic and a different set of a career. But again, see, if I want to start out today as a freelancer, I would do my research first, like what is freelancing and how I can start as a freelancer. Plus, apart from there, obviously, there are professionals out there on platforms like LinkedIn who are established freelancers and who just started from a point where you are right now. So, I think doing your own research is going to really, really help. Apart from that, you can start identifying your niche. So basically, in freelancing, people talk a lot about a niche, which is nothing but a particular area of expertise. So if you take my example, I'm a microbiologist turned science content writer, and I know that I could break down complex scientific concepts, especially in areas like microbiology, life sciences, biotechnology. So maybe I could start out there. So identify what skills and expertise you have and you can offer in your freelancing journey. Next would be creating a portfolio, because in freelancing, people usually do not require a resume, but they ask you for a portfolio of relevant work samples. So having a portfolio is very, very important, because your prospective clients can look up your portfolio and maybe decide whether you are a good fit for them. Next would again be using freelance platforms like Upwork or Fiverr, because it gets you connected with potential employers. Next would be obviously market yourself and network. So use social media to connect with like-minded professionals and engage with them regularly. And lastly, you can start to set your prices. So in freelancing, there are no set rates as such, but yes, maybe doing your own research and talking to experts like Virginia, so you can get an idea about what are the rates in medical content writing or science content writing. So yeah, this is something which can help you begin your freelancing journey.
Yeah, fantastic. So, final question. Does medical writing pay you well and allow you more work flexibility and more family time?
Definitely, I feel medical writing or science content writing is very, very lucrative, because firstly, it offers you remote work. You can work from anywhere, you can work from home, you can work part time or full time. And because it is, it requires a specific skill set, like not any writer can write about scientific or medical topics. You need to have a certain degree to get started. It may not be a prerequisite, but yes, those who are from a science or medical background can start off well. So definitely medical writing is lucrative and it pays you well, because see, at this you if you're starting out as a freelancer, especially if you're working as a freelance medical writer, you're not limited to just one client. You can work with multiple clients and not just one single company. So that again helps you to scale your income. And I feel in the past I've read some surveys put out by medical writing groups, and they had said that people can earn on an average pretty well between 50 US dollars to 150 US dollars per hour, again depending on what type of work you're doing and where you are based in the world. So definitely medical writing pays you well and offers you tremendous flexibility. So if you take my example, I feel this is a profession which actually helped me be there for my daughter. So I was able to raise her, at the same time have a career which not many women are privileged to have once they have kids. So the flexibility that medical writing or science content writing offers is especially valuable for people like me who prioritize a work life balance.
Brilliant. Thank you so much. And just to kind of mention at the end, you're also working on some kind of ebook, which you asked me to contribute to. So I've sent you some words to put in there. Do you want to talk a bit more about that and why you're creating that and when it might be ready?
Yes. So thank you for mentioning this, Virginia. On LinkedIn, I regularly talk about science content writing and remote science careers for aspiring science content writers and those who are looking for a remote job using their science background. So to further help these people, I am coming up with an ebook which will tentatively be called Diary of a Remote Science Professional. And this book will cover the journeys of all remote science professionals. So these could be science writers, medical writers, science podcasters, anybody who is using scientific expertise and working remotely. This ebook will give a glimpse into the lives of these remote professionals and will help readers to know the landscape of remote science work, and may also help them to make an informed decision whether this kind of remote is suitable for you. And I would especially like to take a moment to thank Virginia, because she was the very one of the very first persons who I have asked to contribute her journey to my ebook, and she has always been very kind and generous in doing so. She has already shared her journey with me, and without asking anything in return, which is very rare for an established creator like her. So thank you, Virginia, for doing that. And definitely the book is a work in progress, and once it's done, I will be sharing with everybody.
Perfect. Thank you so much for your kind words, and thank you so much for your time today. I know that now you kind of squeeze this in during your day so that you can go and collect your daughter from school. So thank you so much. And I hope everyone who's been watching or listening that you found this really helpful and insightful. And I look forward to connecting with you. And also I will put all of the links to Saili in the description below so that you can connect with her on LinkedIn and follow her as well. So thank you once again for watching or listening, and we'll see you at the next video. Bye.
Thank you.